Now, I really do love it when we can tie everything together, so here to round out today's show, I want to share a slideshow, a visual aid, if you will, of why the TPP, I know, matters to you. In the past, I've shown mostly the overarching reasons why TPP has to be stopped, but unless someone's already aware of the play on that political stage, it's hard to relate to. Oh, a multinational trade deal, sure, why not? So let's talk about some of the specifics of TPP. What we know from leaks, tied directly to the issues that matter most to you. First off, let's dissect one of the bigger issues, the corporate courts. I'll get to how this would affect us in practice in a minute, but in short, we understand that even in this fucked up system, we can make gains. We can shut down a SOPA or a PIPA. We can shut down a pipeline, and sure, more will crop up, and this system is by no means working for we the people, but it's not an international corporate court. The TPP would establish international trade tribunals that overpower governments by allowing corporations to sue sovereign governments whose laws or policies undercut their profits. So, let's take, for example, the ban on fracking in New York. A fracking corporation could then complain to an international trade tribunal that that ban is undercutting their profits. That court, stacked with corporate lawyers, would then overturn the ban, and no city, state, or even federal court can fight it. No appeals, and certainly no planet over profit. That brings me to the next point, the environment. Currently, countless organizations are pushing for stricter regulations against spilling, drilling, fracking, hacking, and polluting companies. The idea, of course, being that we have to put our planet before profit because, no shit. The same goes for the food safety movement. GMO laws getting in the way? Strike them down, because the TPP says fuck all that nonsense. Profit over planet, profit over people. Which brings up the next point, people. Not just the fact that people also need the planet, but jobs. Our wages, wave bye-bye to unions if you haven't already. TPP would ensure that thousands of jobs are shipped overseas so that the corporations can enjoy cheaper labor and more profits. And here again with the tribunals, any sort of worker safety laws that get in the way, scrap them. And if by chance you then get injured because there's a gross lack of worker safety oversight, suck it up, because medicine and even medical procedures will likely be priced way out of your pay grade. With never-ending patents and a name-your-own-price scheme, that AIDS medicine fuckstick would probably just look like a regular guy. And if you want to maybe peruse the internet whilst you're holed up recovering, beware. Because TPP has a sweeping intellectual property chapter that would take big-ticket items from SOPA, the bill from a few years ago that would have given governments the right to take down a site that they don't like. Just because. No appeals, nothing. That plus a ban on anonymity, an extreme tightening of copyright laws, which might not sound like a big deal, but consider this. Going to jail for sharing an image that's not yours on Facebook. Yeah, that's happened. Because that's file sharing, and that's copyrighted material, you fucking felon. And finally, though not at all surprisingly, the TPP will open up Wall Street to the very same brand of dickishness that crippled our economy in the first place. That whole big bank thing that I mentioned, imagine that, but worse. Way more speculative trading, actual bans on local or community bank practices such as lending money below market interest rates, and of course, corporate loopholes, havens, and backdoor circle jerk handies. Welcome to the New World Order. Thank you to Flush TPP for providing those info cards, and be sure to check them out for more info on how to get involved. Most importantly, find a way to get here to DC November 14th through 18th for Fall Rising, the biggest push of the year for all the issues mentioned above. All the issues couched within the corporate confines of this cataclysmic coup.